So we've left Largs and we're heading across to Lamlash, and we should be there in about an hour or so. It's Friday night, quite quiet out here. Brilliant breeze, about 15 knots, which is quite nice. Doing about 6 knots boat speed. And the plan is to get to Ailsa Craig, which I've been wanting to go to for a long time, about 35 miles south of Largs. And I thought rather than a really long day going there and back, it should be 70 miles, I'd go down to Lamlash tonight. And then it's a fairly short trip, 3 hours, 3.5 hours maybe tomorrow to Ailsa Craig, and then back to Largs. So the wind has picked up again, doing about 11-12 knots of breeze. And we're getting closer. We're past halfway to Lamlash. It's just coming up, get a good view of Holy Isle. And there's not a lot of boats out tonight. You probably just see Ailsa Craig on the horizon there. And then we have Holy Isle, and there's a little gap that's going to take us into Lamlash Bay. That is Brodick and Goatfell. Anchor. Right, we're off to Ailsa Craig, 5:30. There is now no wind at all, completely gone. So we're just motoring from Lamlash past Holy Isle, and I'm hoping that we'll pick up some breeze once we get out, just a little bit away from Arran. So we'll see. But the forecast was for about 10 to 15 knots northerly, so that would be fine for us, but it may take a couple hours just to pick up. Still motoring, I'm afraid, but it may get a bit of breeze when we come round the corner, come round the bottom of Arran, because it's a bit of a westerly at the moment, so fingers crossed. Don't really want to be motoring all day, but just have to see. A little bit cloudy and overcast this morning, but not too bad. The visibility's alright. There's a lot of wildlife and sea life kicking about. It's really quite a nice morning. Lovely. That's us there, just at the bottom of Arran. That's Plada, wee island there, and Ailsa Craig down here. So we're motor sailing now. There's a little bit of wind behind us, and so we're getting a little bit in the mainsail, doing about 5.5 knots, and a couple hours to go, I think. Too windy for the drone at the moment. It's actually picked up to 20 knots. I've already lost the drone this season, so I don't want to lose another one. Right, so we're just coming round the south side of Ailsa Craig now, and the journey back to Largs is going to be straight into wind. It's blowing about 16 to 20 knots at the moment, and a little bit against tide, but I think we'll just tack our way up and see how we go on. So we're kind of been coming east from Ailsa Craig, so almost at Girvan on the Ayrshire coast, just because of the way the wind's blowing. So another 2 or 3 minutes and then we're going to tack, and hopefully we'll get a line towards Holy Isle. That is the plan, but we'll see once we get this tack in. So when I reefed earlier, I was kind of on the south side of Ailsa Craig, and I was going towards it when I was putting the reef in, and I didn't really get the main halyard as tight as I would have liked. So when I do this tack, I'm just going to loosen off the reefing line and then get the main halyard tensioned up a little bit. of those Scottish summer days. Had a lot of sunshine, a little bit of rain, and bizarrely lots of wind, because the forecast wasn't for an awful lot, to be honest. We've had just about 30 knots. It's blowing 20 again at the moment, which is more comfortable. And we are still tacking up the Clyde, trying to get to Largs. We're really still only about level with where we left this morning at Lamlash. So I think there's another good 3 or 4 hours to go. Right, I've just put the kettle on. That's the first time I've had a chance since left Lamlash. It's been a bit challenging, so my second cup of coffee is coming up. Right, it's about 3:30. It's going to be quite a slow motor back to Largs. Wind's gone, sea's still a bit rough. So I'm just going to wrap up here. Sorry there was no drone footage of Ailsa Craig. Going to have to go back for that another time. Thank you for watching. Cheers.